They were sold a dream.
Come to class, don't miss it. Come get this good education.
I invested
65,000.
90K I invested with her.
But what they say this woman in Atlanta is really selling? A nightmare, tricking other black women into getting business credit cards to fix and flip homes with her.
We've given them everything that we have in our savings.
They say once you get your money, things get funny. One of the homes catching fire, money unaccounted for. What's really going on behind black girls in real estate?
Have you ever heard of something called affinity fraud? Basically, affinity fraud is like when a member of your group, like someone you can identify with, whether it's the same race, religion, or maybe even the same age, like, hey, I'm a millennial, you're a millennial, or I'm Greek, you're Greek, let's do business together. That's affinity fraud. And a lot of people really get scammed by that, right? And I'm going to tell you a big secret that it's kind of out there, but not really, that it's really, really hard to do due diligence in the front end. Like, it's much easier if you like risk a little bit of money in the front end, and then it's almost like betting on someone when you're working for them with them for the first time, and then do the due diligence on the back. I feel like that's been a lot easier for me rather than going all in on one person that may or may not have a good sales pitch, because if she's able to get like 60 to 90K off of people for flipping real estate, whoever ran this scheme probably has a lot more better sales game than I do, right? So let's keep watching.
I did not do anything wrong.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Now, one person reaching out to us is one thing, but when several women came forward claiming they were duped out of hundreds of thousands of dollars from someone in Atlanta, we started asking questions. What was the promise?
So she would teach you how to get the funding. She had a team that could help us, the contractors, lenders, the credit people.
This is how they say Janine Searcy, CEO of Black Girls in Real Estate, lures people in on social media, private one-on-one coaching courses to teach black women how to invest in real estate.
Let's go ahead and read this. Let me go ahead and do full screen. Hi, I'm Janine Searcy, a real estate professional investor and entrepreneur who believes in building wealth, legacy, and ownership for black women. I started my real estate journey because I knew there had to be more than just working hard for a paycheck. I didn't grow up learning about investing, credit, or ownership. Like many of us, I had to figure it out the hard way through trial, error, and a lot of determination. I've worn many hats: agent, investor, business owner, mentor. I've closed deals, invested in properties, and built businesses that are rooted in creating generational wealth. Now, I'm not going to say anything with generational wealth is a scam, but I've heard other people say that if you ever hear the term generational wealth, I think for a lot of people that tugs on their heartstrings, like you just got to run, right? Not just quick wins. I didn't have perfect credit when I started. I didn't have a ton of money when I saved up. I made a mistake. Life happened. But what I did have was a commitment to own something, build something, and leave something. Today, I'm not just building for myself. I'm building for my daughter, family, and for every woman who thought she was too late, too broke, too inexperienced, or too busy to build her own empire. I created Black Girls in Real Estate because I believe that real estate is for us too. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep playing and see what's up.
Flipping homes and turning them into a decent profit. Tara, a real estate agent based in New Jersey, she says she was all in.
I felt like, this would be a place for me to start. Realtors always need a second hustle.
How much did you spend?
So for the class, it was $25,000.
$25,000 for 8 virtual sessions.
Ooh, that's a pretty penny.
$25,000.
I know it was. Now that I think about it, I'm like, I could have went to school for $25,000.
She went through with it anyway, and that's when she says the red flag started immediately.
The first class, she canceled and had to reschedule. So it was more of, hey girl, I can't make it today. I got to go get my hair done type of situation. And that should have been a red flag for me immediately. But
that means that you're not really that important on their radar, which is kind of sad. And you know what? I'm not going to just blame her. I feel like that's an endemic these days where customer service is just poor, like everywhere, right? I feel like if someone gives you like $1 million, $2 million, or 25 grand or whatever, or even like 99 cents, I feel like you have to treat someone who gives you money as their top priority, right? You know, king or queen customer service. And I feel like that's lacking these days at pretty much any price point. I mean, if you take a look at like Google or any tech company, you don't get an actual person on the phone whenever you have a problem, right? Everybody's trying to offload the customer service aspect to technology or not or just ignore it entirely.
But, I was just like, let me just get the information and keep going.
She says a big part of the class was about funding.
You know what though? Like, if she's a real estate agent, I think she has well, I don't know if she has most of the knowledge, but the biggest part of real estate investing is knowing comparable sales. So if she's been able to do enough transactions where, let's say she has a sizable amount in her bank account, she has 25,000, I honestly think she doesn't realize how much she knows compared to the average person, right? Most of fixing and flipping homes is knowing real estate comparables and making sure you always buy under market value so that you account for the cost. That's like literally real estate flipping 101, right? If the house is $300,000, you got to buy for 200. If it's 200, you got to buy for 100, right? Like that's literally real estate flipping 101.
A flag for me immediately. But, I was just like, let me just get the information and keep going.
She says a big part of the class was about funding.
Well, you all know how I feel about funding, right? I've told you secrets about funding. You got to go to a bank when you don't need it, when you don't need money, right? And there are a lot of services out there that will apply on your behalf for credit cards and then charge you like 10, 15%. So literally, they didn't, there's no risk for the person who applies for you because it's just applications, right? But that's a service that's out there. And to be honest, like you could just do it yourself. It's just literally going to a bank application. They check your credit, be truthful about your income, and then that determines if you get credit or not.
Circe guiding you to build your own LLC and get the loan process going.
She connects us with this group called Fund and Grow, and they get us business credit. So they apply. You don't even see the applications. You just see the cards coming in. So we ended up getting, between me and my husband, $120,000 in business credit.
Excited to get started flipping homes in New Jersey, she was told there were no profitable homes to flip in her area.
She comes.
That's ridiculous, right? Because it's always going to be under market. It's not based on the cost. So whatever the market price is. So I don't know what area of New Jersey she's in, but if the home values go for 500, you buy it for like 300 or 400, right? So there's everybody's flipping pretty much in every state, right? I mean, you can even ask ChatGPT, are there states where houses aren't fixed and flipped, right? Like I'm pretty sure they all right? There are no states. So if New Jersey is a state, so you could just ask AI. I think that's ridiculous, right?
Me. She says, listen, I know you can't find a project. I have a personal deal that's going on. Do you want to join? I don't really do this. But I know that you really want to do this.
It was a $1.2 million build here on Claremont Terrace.
Oh, let's look it up. 1969 Claremont Road. All right, let's go ahead and look it up. 1969 Claremont Road. I think I know where that is in Atlanta. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look here. My mouse isn't even working. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch windows, and I think it's right here. Yep, you see that? So 599,000 sold last year, and if you take a look, you just got land. Oh no. So, yikes. Oh boy. So 599. So it was sold for 680. And I don't oh my goodness. So 1.65 billion. Look at this. Okay, this is crazy. 250 in 2022. 1 month later, 1.65 million, and then 680. I wonder what happened. Like, okay. Right. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess. If you're a beginner, you should just take beginner projects, right? Like simple, like touch up paint, maybe replace the cabinets. I think people got way over their head with this kind of project. right? So let's keep watching. Here we go.
In Atlanta.
You're in New Jersey. Did you want to invest in properties in Atlanta, or that was just what was offered to you?
That was what was offered. Of course, I would love to invest more where I was, but what I've sent her, she just was like, "That's not worth it. The profits is too close. It's too tight. It's not worth it."
She agrees to go in on the project, $90,000. Circe and her business partner, Tyler Williams, they put up $1.1 million through their own individual LLCs.
I wired transferred from all those credit cards to multiple different accounts. That should have been another red flag.
She says that two other women whom she never met, they were also stakeholders on the project.
I went down there and I went to go visit the site without her. It was nothing done. It looked like it wasn't even touched.
That was in March 2024. In their contract, the property was to be renovated and sold within about 6 months. They guaranteed Tara a 200% return to her $90,000 original investment. Plus,
have you heard that old saying from like World War II with Germany, the Nazi Germany, about what Joseph Goebbels? This is what I'm thinking now. Like Joseph Goebbels, right? The big lie. You ever hear about the quote, the big lie? If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. And every time I see, people get hurt, it's because like you say like 200% return. Now, if you get like a 16% return, like if you're doing some sort of like a rental year over year, that's extremely good, right? But 200%, that's insane, right? Like 200%. But I think that's why people go for it. Like if you tell them like, hey, it's going to take you 6 months to lose maybe like 15 pounds, they'll be like, nah, I don't want that. But if it's like, dude, you could lose 15 pounds in 5 days, I think that's why Ozempic is so popular.
A $90,000 profit when it was sold.
She was like, "Oh, we had some issues with Structural. We signed in March. This was June." So we were like, "You didn't even tell us like what the situation." She was like, "It's not a big deal, but it's an additional $20,000 or something that they had to pay."
She paid for the back door, about $7,000. But that's all she could do.
We're out of money. We are totally out of money.
By this point, over a year goes by. It's May 2025. She wanted out of the deal altogether, but she says Circe refused and has yet to pay her back. And remember, she did take out a business credit line for this. Hey roommates, before we go any further, do us a big one.
Oh, so basically it's not even her saving, it's from the business credit card. Wow, that's really sad. So you got into $100,000 of debt because you believed in someone you shouldn't have believed in. Dang, that must be tough, especially if both her and her husband's involved. Like, and that's why like, you got to stay like you got to be objective, you know what I mean? Like if you're the one with the money, or if you ever get in a position where you have a lot of money, you will not believe how hard it is to find good employees and good vendors. Like sometimes you get lucky. And the way that you can really kind of mitigate that risk is if you use like TaskRabbit or something like that, and the person that you're hiring has like 105-star reviews. That's like, in my opinion, the easiest way to figure out who's good or who's not. But those are contractors, right? They're not employees.
If you love some TSR Investigates, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the Shade Room's YouTube channel for new weekly episodes of this show and more. Okay, let's get back to it.
How much is your monthly payment? You're still paying these monthly payments?
I'm close to about $6,000 a month.
Whew. Probably in credit card bills. Oh my goodness. She could probably use a velocity banking course. Remember how we do like the velocity banking, like, $1 left over and then somehow turns to 5,000? But then she probably needs like a home equity or a personal line of credit for that, which she probably doesn't have because all she got is credit cards. But man, times are going to be tough for her. You know what I'm saying?
It's more than my house bills. We've given them everything that we have in our savings.
And she is not alone. It happened to Makisha McClinton in Georgia.
We won't get our money back.
Dang. So one person from New Jersey got ripped off. One person from Georgia got ripped off. Where's she from?
And Charlotte Wolcott in Tennessee.
Ooh, man.
She's really good with kind of talking a good game once she gets the investment or the money.
This was to be $1 million homes we're talking
Yeah,
about.
it was set to sell for $1 million and something.
Wolcott wiring $65,000 to go in on this $870,000 flip property in Atlanta's prominent Buckhead neighborhood.
Per the contract, if it sells, then my return on that investment
Would have been
a
200%.
return of $100,000.
The dream, it was short-lived.
This is the house. Look at this.
October 2024, months into the flip, it burned down.
I don't want to go all the way up in this thing, 'cause I definitely don't want to fall in. I mean, you could see it.
You want to know something? I've actually had people offer to partner with me, and the reason that I don't want to take anybody else's money is that I can't guarantee any return. Like, I will say that I don't want to partner with you, and I always bring up the statistic that 70% of partnerships failed. Like, that's like number one. And number two is that if I'm risking my money and I lose it, that's essentially on me. If I'm risking my money and your money and I lose it, then I feel bad that I'm losing your money. But there are a lot of people out there who will take your money and they don't care. Like, they literally don't care. Like, oh, lost your 90,000. Who cares, right?
It is completely like, I mean, I cannot believe this.
When the house did burn down, was it a mysterious fire? Did you feel like there was something going on with it?
She said on her own Facebook, her live on Facebook on that day, it burned for 6 hours and nobody saw it. But you can see in the video that she's doing, there's a house right next door.
We did get a hold of the fire incident report. Fire investigators, they were called to the scene, but the cause, it was listed as undetermined. McClinton, she was a stakeholder on the project too, and says it wasn't adding up.
And they sold a property in May, and they didn't even tell us they sold the land for $800,000. And they had got a check, so we asked for documentation. They said they didn't get all the check from the insurance. I said, well, can you send me over the document as to why they didn't send over the full amount for the burn down? We never received it. We never received the document for the purchase of the home or the sale or the insurance check.
Instead, she says they took their investment money and funneled it into another flip project miles away, a project they knew nothing about.
If we're willing to take the loss, let us take it. Mm-hmm. They would not tell us the loss. They would not give us any of the money back, even from the nothing. They just kept it and kept on going and started basically ignoring us and stopped responding.
Ashley Wilson from South Carolina says they stopped responding to her too.
Damn, they got the whole East Coast. New Jersey, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia. Now all you gotta do is take someone's money from Florida and maybe Kentucky.
Pumped the brakes on her $61,000 investment in Chicago back in 2023.
Once we got into the project and closed on it,
it's high noon and the winter's clear.
Mysteriously, we didn't have a contractor. Janine did not help with trying to find someone.
When they did find a general contractor, the construction costs were $60,000 more than expected.
It came to a point where they asked for additional funds from me. The first time I did provide some additional funds, which is almost $4,000. It was paid directly to the GC to keep the project moving. Mm-hmm. But then the second time when they came, I'm exhausted all my funds. I'm not adding any more. We need to reevaluate.
She says Searcy was not happy.
Contract clearly says all I had to provide was the $61,000. I fulfilled my side of it. So she hires an attorney to try to mediate between us to figure out how we could get to a settlement.
The fix?
Man, you're trying to get blood from a stone, right? And this is how you know when someone is informed about how the legal system works or not. Folks, you don't sue poor people. The reason why you don't sue poor people is because even if you win, you can't get money. Can't get blood from a stone.
They wanted to bring 2 more people on the project to help with funding.
The other piece of that settlement would include an NDA. And then she's saying that I couldn't sue her for the coaching fees, which was $25,000. So I declined. Fast forward, they moved forward with doing the renovation. It closed on October 24th of this year.
$150,000 below what it was projected to sell for. Wilson says she's still waiting to get her initial investment back. She says terms of their contract were simply not met.
A lot of times people hear the financial losses, but they don't get to see the emotional and mental trauma. PTSD is greater than me, and I want to be able to really truly be that advocate for people who may not be able to speak up or feel like they can't speak up because of it.
Now, a Facebook page was created where dozens of women came forward sharing similar stories, many of them banding together and getting an attorney to take legal action against Circe and her affiliates. Now, we did reach out to Circe and her representatives. They told us they would provide a statement, but we did not receive it before publication. Here's what Circe said, though, in a since deleted Facebook Live video addressing some of their concerns.
There's got to be somebody to blame. I feel like I'm being blamed right now. Their money is being held in an investment. They don't want it to be held in investment. They want their money back today. So now it's like a shakedown, right? Like we're going to blast you. We're going to, put you out. I have a lawyer as well. I have all my paperwork. I did not do anything wrong. The project is in construction right now, and that's just what it is. So I will do my best to continue to push this project forward, again, with integrity. I could absolutely, be a better communicator in certain things, but I cannot control the market. I cannot control a house burning down. God, I wish that house hadn't burned down, because we would have been finished by now and it would have been absolutely gorgeous. This is my real life. This is what I do. So while you're screaming and yelling, I'm over here working the business, finding the solutions, to push projects faster, doing the things that we need to do to make it happen. And that's just what it is.
Now, I was told she and her attorneys are taking legal action, and they do plan to file defamation lawsuits against those women making these claims against her. If or when that happens, it's still unclear. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
Hold on, let me look this up. So, Black girls in real estate, we'll say reviews. All right, negative experiences. Black girls in real estate. Beware, black girls in real estate. Janone CC. She never met me in person. Oh, dang. So we got a few complaints here. Black girls buy houses. Okay, well that might be different. But yeah, man, this was just a pure case example. Textbook of affinity fraud, right? Affinity fraud. So. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. Crane Atlanta Mentorship. What did you think? I mean, I remembered there was a dude. I forget what his name is. Walter Walter Hampton. And people, he said that people have been scamming up in Atlanta, right? Atlanta is filled with fake, pretentious con artists with professional degrees out to steal your money. So I learned a lot from this guy. But I live a pretty antisocial life in Atlanta, so I don't have too many opportunities to get scammed here, but maybe in other places, I don't know, might happen, right? All right, well, that's it for today, folks. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great area. Not a great area. Great day. And this is Korean Atlanta Mentorship.